Hi guys, welcome back to my little corner of the internet. I hope you're all having a beautiful day. Today I'm going to be sharing some tips on how to basically find yourself again, how to rediscover who you are, what you want, your purpose, all of that. We're just going to be tipping our toes into this huge topic. There's so much to say about this, but these are just a few tips that I like to go through whenever I feel like I'm a little lost or I feel like I'm not being myself, which happens. I feel like that happens to everyone. And when you're going through that, it feels like just like this jumbled up, confusing mess. And it's overwhelming. At least that's how it feels to me. And I just like want to rush through it. But I think the better thing to do when you're going through that is just to embrace it and realize that those moments that you have when you feel really lost or alone or just confused usually bring out something completely new that you weren't aware of, and it's a really nice learning experience most often. So I think I have 5 tips that I'm going to go through that kind of help me to embrace this state and get something out of it and not feel like I need to rush through it and hate it and all of that. Before I go on, this video is sponsored by Reflectly, which is a really cool, it's kind of like a journal app, and it's super simple. So whenever I don't get the chance to journal, I personally love writing, but whenever I don't get the chance to really sit down and write, I like to use this app because it's super quick. It gives you questions like rate your day, how did you feel throughout the day, and you just like pick one. They kind of look like emojis, so it's super simple. The app also gives you an opportunity to elaborate on why you feel the way you feel. There's also a question like what made today a really good day or a really terrible day, whatever you choose. And then the options are like work or family or relationships, food, exercise, and you can add your own as well. And then the app also asks you some really cool questions, which I'll get to later in this video. It just basically allows you to vent your emotions and thoughts in a non-judgmental and really simple, straightforward way. So if you want to get into journaling, or if you just want to have a place where you can kind of see how your days go, because you can obviously revisit all of your stories, which are your days. It's just really cool and simple. I really like it, and it's free, so I'll link it down below if you want to check it out and try it out. There's also a premium version, which obviously offers more features, so I'll link the app down below and you can check it out if this feels like it would be interesting to you. I don't know. And now let's get into the tips. The first tip is to ask yourself a few important questions. So the questions that I usually like to ask myself are, what are my priorities in life? Or what are my priorities right now? And am I happy with them? Or am I completely off and I'm not even doing the things that I really love or want to do? I'm just focusing on getting through my to-do list, which doesn't even focus on what's important to me or what I enjoy. Another question is, who are you when no one is looking? Or who are you if you remove all of the like big labels that we usually use to define people, like a mother, sister, daughter, student of biology? Who are you beneath all of that? And that's a really hard question to ask yourself, and so don't feel like you have to rush it and like find an answer. Just explore it. You know, what do you enjoy doing? What makes you really happy? What do you do because you just love it and it feels good, not because you have to? What are your values? Those are also really cool questions. Or what are your beliefs? I also have 2 questions that I answered through the app. So one is, has there ever been something that you changed about yourself that you wish you hadn't? I really, really like this question because a lot of times we want to please others, and especially going through like young teenage years, you feel like you have to fit in and be a part of a group or a crowd or something, and you kind of start to abandon yourself and deny the things that you really love to do and who you really are. So I think this is a really cool question. Another question that I also found through the app is, what 5 things do you have to do before you die? This is also a cool one, and it can be like really big things, like I want to help bring food to the people that don't have enough, or I want to develop something that doesn't exist yet to maybe conquer the trash on this planet or plastic. Or it can be fun things like I want to go skydiving. Whatever feels good to you. I think these are really cool questions to ask yourself. I also made a whole video where I share journaling prompts, and that video is filled with questions like this that you can ask yourself to kind of rediscover who you are and just get connected with who you are. So I'll link that down below if you want to check it out. Okay, the second thing is something that I've been really focusing on recently, and it's been honestly changing my life so much, and it's basically learning how to play again. Like, as children, if you look back on your childhood, you did things just because they felt good, because you enjoyed them, because they made you happy, not because you had to get something out of it. Like, you played with your dolls because it felt good. You did a cartwheel in the middle of a field just because it felt good. And we don't do those things when we grow up because we have all these to-do lists, all these things that we think we have to do, which most often you don't actually have to do them. It's just something that you tell yourself. So this is a great time to ask yourself, what do I actually enjoy? What do I actually love to do just because it feels good and because I just love it and I get lost? Like, you know that feeling when you're doing something that you love and it's just like the time just like doesn't exist. It flies by and you get completely lost in what you're doing. I think that's one of the best feelings ever. So maybe write a list of things that you really, really love to do and then make you feel just good. You don't have to get anything out of it. It doesn't have to be for school or for work or for other people, just something for you. And if you don't know what those things are for you, write a list of things that you'd like to try out that could be those things. And it's not going to be a waste of time. You could find something that you're really, really passionate about and that you love doing, and it's just a great way to kind of explore yourself and this life. And then you can make a new priority that's like, I want to do 1 or 3 of these things on this list every single day. And it can be drawing, making random videos that you enjoy doing. It can be learning how to do a freaking cartwheel or reading, like anything. But the only rule is that you do it only because it feels good and not because you get something out of it, apart from feeling good and feeling just happy and loved. Okay, this next tip, I'm gonna sound like a broken record if you've been watching my recent videos, and I should probably get a tattoo that's like, allow yourself to feel, whether it's good or bad. But that is really, really important, especially when you're going through a time when you feel lost or confused. Like, honor that feeling, allow yourself to feel that. So often we run away from it, and that is not going to make it go away faster. It's just a self-hate act, basically, because you're ignoring yourself. And maybe while you're going through this, ask yourself, like, who made me feel like I'm not allowed to feel negative emotions? You're allowed to feel those things. Like, you are human. That is a part of the human experience, is to feel. And we have positive and negative emotions, and you can't experience one without the other. Like, I feel like you can't experience full happiness and peace and all of those great feelings without letting yourself experience the negative ones. Like, I've learned so much from those negative experiences and from listening to them. Like, I have discovered more about myself than I have through anything else by just listening to my emotions, because with that you're listening to yourself and there is something there that is being said but you're not listening. So allow yourself to feel. You can start with like 5 minutes a day, set a timer, and just sit down, kind of like if you would meditate, and just close your eyes and feel. And I want you to know that you are perfectly okay, and it's totally acceptable and understanding to feel those things as well, not just being happy all the time and positive. Like, this society, with the help of this self-help industry that I'm not a big fan of, is just like teaching people that they need to be happy and positive all the time, and you don't have to. And it's not real. You're not going to be honest with yourself if you demand that of yourself. Like, it's just, we are human. Like, you're gonna go through hard times, and it's gonna be 10 times better to just experience what you're feeling. The 4th tip that I have is to create some sort of a self-care routine, and you can do that in the morning, you can do it in the afternoon, nighttime, like whenever you have time. And it can be 1 hour, it can be 20 minutes, like whatever you can, just do it every day. And again, you can write a list of things that you would like to do during that time. And you don't have to force yourself to do certain things just because other people say that they are self-caring. Like, do the things that you feel are self-caring and self-loving for you. Like, we're all different. Maybe taking a bath to you is amazing, while to me it feels like laying in my own filth. Like, you know, we're different. And if taking a bath feels great, then do that. Or if you love writing, do that. Again, whatever feels great. And if you need some recommendations, I made a 2-part video of basically self-care habits that I do that have made me just such a more happier person that is just more connected with who I am, and I have so much more self-love now and self-acceptance. So if you need some recommendations, I'll link it below as well. And the last tip, if you're really struggling and you're just like, I am so confused, I don't even know who I am, what I'm doing here, like if you're in a really dark place because of this, then maybe you can play a little game, which I have heard many therapists actually recommend this. And I've never done it, but it seems very intriguing and really fun as well. And it's to pretend that today or tomorrow, you can start tomorrow, it's your first day on earth. And all of the things you're doing for the first time. All the things you're trying out for the first time. And you can actually see, are the things that I do, is the food that I eat something that I actually like and enjoy and love, or am I just doing it out of habits or because other people told me to do it or showed me to do it? So I think this is a really cool thing to try out. I'll definitely be trying this out. I don't know why I still haven't done it, but I think it's really cool. If you're really confused, if you have no idea who you are, try it out. It could be really fun. It's like a little game you can play, and you can keep a journal or write in your notes on your phone like, oh, I actually don't freaking like apples, but I eat them because everyone in my family does. You know, things like that. I feel like you could realize so many cool things through this exercise or game. So yeah, that's pretty much everything I wanted to talk about. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you learned something new or exciting or helpful. And definitely check out the Reflectly app. I'll have it down below, as well as all the 3 videos I mentioned. And I love you so much, and I can't wait to speak to you very soon. Bye.